have Mr. Arun Subramaniam from India. Sir is a multifaceted individual with over 43 years of experience as a business leader and entrepreneur, more than 2 decades as a CEO. Over the last 30 years, he has conducted over 90 management development workshops on team and teaming for high performance, creativity, design thinking and innovation, employee engagement, change management, cognitive thinking and implicit learning, strategic decision making, negotiations, and conflict resolution. Today, Sir is going to tell us something very much in an application, applied taxonomy of cognitive learning in future education. Over to you, Arun, sir.
Thank you, Dr. Neeta.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Dr. Aruna, for this opportunity. Many more happy returns of the day, Mr. Anurag. I think you said that today is your birthday. Salutations to Dr. Elizabeth and Brigadier Datta. A warm welcome to all august members of the dais, esteemed speakers, and accomplished audience. Let me begin by reminding everyone that today the reference point of concentration is a goldfish, which has a concentration span of just 9 seconds. David, your brief and simple message reminded me of George Orwell's Animal Farm, where he says all animals are equal, some are more equal than others. In the same line, I would like to say that all speakers were very informative and you, David, were more impactful by your simplicity. You're right, David. To put your message in a different way, the pandemic has forced us to move from the Bloom's taxonomy to the taxonomy of cognitive learning as defined by Marzano and Kendall in 2007. Let me explain. I'm experienced to having a teacher stand at the top of the classroom and lecture me on a subject. And then my success was measured by how much I could remember on exam day. In short, learning in the pre-COVID era was teacher-centric, and the student was a passive learner. The type of teaching and learning is linked to the behavioral learning theory, which looks at how we as learners respond to an external stimulus. The pandemic has forced us online and made us adopt a learner-centric methodology where the learner is an active participant in the process. You are all well aware that cognitive learning isn't about memorization or repetition. It's about developing proper understanding. The students come to the table with their skills, knowledge, and memories, and information that they have learned in the past. When learning something new, students process and construct their understanding of a topic based on their past experience and knowledge. Cognitive learning strategies, including asking students to reflect on their experience, helping students find new solutions to problems, encouraging discussions about what is being taught, helping students explore and understand how the ideas are connected, asking students to justify and explain their thinking using visualization to improve students' understanding and recall, and so many other ways. There are many ways to involve the student in the online platform to drive implicit learning. Through one such strategy, let me briefly explain and show you how this can be done. The taxonomy of cognitive learning, like the Bloom's taxonomy, has 6 stages, ascending one after the other. The first, it begins with retrieval. Here, a retrieval kickstarts the process where the student is set off on a journey to search his memory for information relevant to the requirement. And how can the teacher kickstart this process? The teacher can do this by posing a problem. The problem will provide the necessary stimulus. The next level is comprehension. The teacher can do this by either deepening the problem or throwing light on other facets to help the student comprehend the true nature of the problem. The third level is analysis. To facilitate analysis by the student, the teacher can provide complementing information or alternative solutions through which the student can adequately analyze the problem. The presentation of an alternative explanation creates a reference point for comparison and analysis. The fourth ascending stage is the knowledge utilization. Here, the teacher can accelerate the aggregation of all the implicit knowledge by providing a clue to the possible solution. The indication will act as a stimulus to coverage the various elements of the thought process by focusing them on the direction provided by the clue. Implicit learning is well and truly on this way at this stage. The fifth and the penultimate stage is metacognition. Here, the student is involved in the active process of thinking about all that is going on in his mind to resolve the problem. At this stage, the teacher can present the resolution of the issue. The student is in the metacognition state and can see the deficiencies of his thought process and how the pieces come together. The final stage of the cognitive learning taxonomy is the self system, where the teacher explains the critical thinking that has helped arrive at the solution. The solution translates as an essential thing, essential insight, one that gets embedded in the mind of the student. The ultimate purpose of the whole process was to seed that insight, which is implicit learning. As David rightly pointed out, I will not show you what is there. I will only show you where to look. As teachers and trainers, separated from learners and trainees by hundreds and maybe thousands of kilometers, we have no choice but to adopt various strategies to drive implicit learning, while remembering that it is all about the student and not about us. This, what I spoke about, is just one of the strategies. Tell me and I forget. Teach me, I will remember. But involve me and I will learn. Prophetic words of Benjamin Franklin ringing in my ears. I say, take leave from you all. Thank you, friends. Thanks for this opportunity.
So thank you very, very much. Involve me and I will learn.